What's going on? We got Versatile Duckling here for the I don't even know how many times. I was going to say the second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't even know how many times. This has been more than that.
It's been a while though.
So what you been doing, man? You did that lease? You jumped into a lease? How'd that go?
So it's still going, and it's going all right. It's got its ups and its downs. Students have had its ups and its downs. Since I think of like leasing as a secondary thing and training as a primary thing. So,
Now you're not in the purple truck no more, though. What happened to that lease?
you gotta pull my purple baby out on me, huh?
Yeah, what happened there?
Start going to tears in a minute, man. So the purple truck ended up having a lot of issues. After treatment went out on it 3 times in less than a 2-month period. They replaced the pump twice. The third time it went out, I was just like, yeah, it's not going to be good anymore. So I took a executive decision on just getting rid of it. I retired the truck. Supposedly oh man, I'm gonna talk about it, but maybe you can cut me off if I'm not allowed to talk about it. Prime definitely kicked me in the nuts with quite a bit of repairs on that truck, man. It totaled in at about $8,000 in repairs.
Wow.
Tires, whatever the after treatment problem, the real problem behind that one was, I guess they finally fixed it. And then a few cosmetic things. The curtain, where the rod is, it had a little tear in it, so they just went ahead and replaced the entire curtain for a tear about this big.
They probably didn't replace the curtain, but they charged you for it.
They charged me for it for sure. I was actually kind of tempted if they had put it on Success Leasing or Pedigree, or if they had put it and they sold it over to Freightliner. I was going to go look at it and see, like, did they really do what they said they did? Did they charge me for bullshit? But I found out from a good buddy of mine who's a dispatcher that truck has actually been released. So someone is driving it right now.
Oh, wow. And you ended up with did you end up with a brand new truck? Did you end up with another like used truck? What happened?
I ended up I got 3 offers. And I think everybody will know that I was at a huge point where I was like, talking to everybody in the Discord, David and River Ridge, and including you. I was given the option between a 2024 Peterbilt or Kenworth, one or the other, because they had both of them, or a 2023 Freightliner. And I went around. I did my due diligence. I did a lot of research online. I looked at the specs, what engines they're both using, what they're both built for, because what a truck is spec'd for is super important. I know how to back up Peterbilt, Freightliner, and International because I've been in all 3 of them trucks. But so the training portion wasn't a huge problem for me. It was mainly just, what is the fuel mileage difference? What are the cost differences? Like including fuel cost and fixed cost. And with me being so comfortable and so knowledgeable about the Freightliner side of things, would I be willing to want to relearn a lot of other stuff, with like speed management, fuel management, turn radius for students and stuff like that, explaining all that stuff in new ways. I ended up taking the high road, and I just stuck with what I knew, and I got the 2023 Freightliner, and that's what I've been sticking with.
Pegleg says the purple passion went away. Do you away from the internationals? They break down too much.
Yeah, International's got a bad rap for that. They definitely do, but I know quite a few people who have made them work,
So last time I think you were on here, you were with your student from Arkansas or Alabama? What was it?
Arkansas.
What happened with him?
Okay. As far as I know, he is at home. I have messaged him. We left on good terms. It wasn't like a bad rap thing. I still want a team drive with him now. I missed the mother. Oh, my bad language. I missed the little dude. um, but his old man ended up getting sick. I won't say too much about what was going on there. It's not my business to spread. So he ended
Yeah.
up going home, and as far as I know, that is stayed the case so far.
So he had some family issues he had to go take care of.
Yeah.
So what's the plans now? You picking up another student?
Since
TNT,
Devin,
PSD?
I have kind of stepped back from the TNT thing. Not not due to anything like specific. It's kind of like a group of things. The stress that goes into it, the time that you have to spend on it, and everything else. So I've been taking PSD students majority of the time right now. I did one guy, he didn't make the cut. I did Mike, he passed, and he's got another TNT trainer. And then I picked up another student, but he ended up going home too for whatever reason he ended up going home for him. He didn't really talk too much to me about that one.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up a new one tomorrow. So it's been, I mean, not to say anything out of line or anything like that, but students have been wishy-washy is a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. You know, it's that time of the year. We get the guys that come in here during the beginning of spring to early summertime, and a lot of the guys are. Let's see, how's the best way to put this? The guys come in here and they're the guys that are really nervous and kind of like afraid of the truck, kind of, I will say. So you get a lot of people that are not sure if they like how much they want this, if you know what I'm saying. So they're more of the like, I don't want to come in winter because like I'm scared I'm gonna hurt somebody or myself. So they come in the summertime, they think that they'll get all their experience during the warm weather and stuff like that, and then they'll be more prepared to, hey, it's wintertime now. I know what I'm doing now. Now I just got to drive a little bit slower in the wintertime. It's the guys that are going to take longer to get comfortable behind the wheel and stuff like that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Um, yeah, in the 4 years that I've been doing this alongside with you, there's definitely a seasonal change in students. Um, and I would say around fall or somewhere between the August to December, January area is where people come in, and they're kind of the smart ones. Are like, yeah, I came in because I really wanted to get that winter experience. I don't want to have to come back and redo that with another TNT trainer or something like that. And like, those are the guys that they really hold up. I think the majority of my students who have stayed on with Prime Incorporated are all the winter students. They are definitely the
Yeah.
winter students. The summer guys are like, they kind of remind me of like college students going out to Florida for spring break. They're out there to party and that's it.
Yeah. I feel you there. Uh, Etch, what's going on, man? I ran into Etch. He's doing great. Dude, it was so great to see you, man. Like, it was great to see you because I was worried about you for a while. Like I told you today, I was worried about you. You were having a rough time, TNT kind of, but you pushed through there, and, you had to deal with trials and tribulations to finish your TNT training. And man, like, I give it up to you. Like, you went through a lot. Like, some of the stuff you were telling me about, I was like, man, I don't know if I would have been able to put up with that. I might have asked for a new trainer, but dude, you're the man, bro. You are the man, and I'm glad you got your own truck now, your own space, and you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Oz, 10 miles north of Florida border on the 95, relaxing on the recaps. How's everyone else?
He's enjoying that good weather, man.
Yeah, he's all like, it's warm. It's time to take a 34.
Yeah.
Pound the pavement, says Peg Leg. Matt B, what's going on, Matt B? South of Cleveland, Ohio, with a broken heater. Florida boy freezing. Oh, idle that truck. Get it somewhere to get that heater fixed, bro. Like, that's not
Ohio ain't
good.
that bad right now, man. All you need is an
Yeah.
extra blanket.
Oh man, dude, my AC went out in like Dallas, Texas, and it was miserable. Like, I was sleeping, and then my eyes would fill up with sweat like a pool, and that would wake me up. I'd be like, oh god dang, all this sweat. Oh man, we take stuff for granted like APUs, man. Like, could you
Yeah,
imagine being back in the day with the trucks that didn't have them?
man, I think we take a lot of things for granted still to this day, man. You know, I mean, it's not as far as like the comfort, like because now trucks have gotten really comfortable. I just think that there's a lot of luxuries that most people don't understand that they're going to lose completely.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, easy access to a restroom, shower, easy access to fresh
Private
food.
bathroom, like my own bathroom. Like I gotta
Yeah.
use public restrooms. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh man, you know, I had a student before I hit the road. I had a student. He was a shy restroom user. You know what I'm saying? A shy pooper.
Yeah.
He would not use any of the bathrooms at the Prime Terminal. He would only use it in his hotel room. I feel bad for that cat. He's gonna have a rough time.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for him. I was the same way. Like I flipped out whenever I was like, this truck doesn't have its own restroom in here. I should have done more research. Trucking along with Kiersey says many companies don't have APU still. Yes, and that's true. There's a lot of companies that don't have them. Don't work for them. No, I like having APU. Like BRB Trucking says, yo, Simple Plan Trucking. So I had Simple Plan Trucking on here earlier this week. Great live, man. Go back and watch that one. They came into it a little bit late, skip through the boring part where I was talking about teams and get to the good stuff where they're at. Brian says, what's up, Twisted? What's going on, Brian? Greenwich
What's
is in
up,
the house.
David?
Poor David. I felt
Don't
bad
tase
for him.
yourself, bro.
Dead Red says, what's up, brothers and sisters? Hope everyone is safe. Kirsten says, hey, all. Pegleg says, just a reminder, students that they drive the truck does not drive them. You know what? Another thing about driving trucks. This GPS, your GPS is going to get you into more trouble than it's worth. Like, make sure you're doing trip planning. Don't follow the GPS and then miss a turn because you weren't watching it right, and then get yourself in a bad situation, because when those things reroute, that's the worst thing that's going to happen to you. Like, make sure you're doing research, you're paying attention, be safe out there. Don't let the GPS drive the truck.
Did you see my Facebook post?
No.
Oh man. So I was at the tractor or the trailer rebuild in Springfield. I was getting a trailer's landing gear fixed. And I saw some dude, man, pulling up on Mayfair. He was all the way down there, man. So I took a picture of him and I put it on Facebook. I was like, look at this guy, man.
Don't
Following
do
the
that.
GPS.
Actually, you can't follow the GPS because the GPS pops up a screen on it now, thanks to DriveWise. And it says, do not turn on this street. So, like, he had to see that and say, I'm going to turn on that street anyways.
A lot of people said the same exact thing in the comment section of that post. And my only thought process is that he Googled Prime Incorporated and then stuck that in his Garmin or his Ram McNally.
Wow. So Versatile, what pointers can you give a soon-to-be student? Trucking is something I've always wanted to do. I'm very passionate about it.
Oh, man. All right, I guess this is what this stream's going to be about today, because this is going to be a long one. I guess like some general pointers is be moldable, definitely be teachable, be open to criticism. Depending on who you get as a trainer, some of them will be a lot more blunt than others. Some will sugarcoat it and try to make you feel good about a mistake. Some people like me and Daniel are going to point that mistake out, and we're not going to make you feel terrible about it, but we're going to make sure that you know that it was a mistake. It is definitely a mistake that cannot happen in the real world. It does cost money to make mistakes. And that's not to say that people don't make mistakes, man. I've made mistakes, you know. But definitely just be ready for criticism. And be open. Don't expect anything. Just try to live up to the expectation presented to you.
Yeah, don't carry your feelings on your shoulders. Don't carry your feelings on your shoulders. We we are not going to be belittling you or talking down to you. It's more of we are trying to make you better. So don't take it whenever we give you instructions as we're picking on you. No, we're giving you instructions trying to make you a safer driver and stuff like that. First thing I would tell you to do is drop that driver code on your application if you're coming to Prime, though. Just saying, just saying, just throwing that out there. Little tip right there. Um, but keep your head up. One thing I will tell you, keep your head up. The hardest part of this, the only time you should be scared or nervous is when you get on that bus and leave home. You're leaving everything behind you and you're coming here. That is the scariest part. When you get here, have that confidence. You shouldn't feel like, man, I got to drive today, or man, I got to do back in today. You should be like, man, let me get in, let me get that wheel, bro. Let me get that wheel. Let me drive. And your trainer might be like, dude, chill out, man. Let me just pull it up over here real fast and then I'll give it to you. But it's that it's that willingness and wanting to get in there and do this. Like, show that initiative. Hey, I want this. I had a student last week and he tested today. Awesome, man. He trifecta. And at first he came in with that attitude. I said, you're driving tomorrow morning. His first drive ever. I get in the truck and he's hiding in the back. I said, what are you doing, bro? I said, you're driving first. And his first drive, we didn't even make it. We were going straight up to 44 and we didn't make it to St. Louis before I was like, pull over, man, take this exit. I'm taking over. And I drove the rest of the way. But the thing is that he had this, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm whatever. And like, I told him, I was like, look, you have to have the attitude of let's do this. I want to drive. I want to do this. He came in the next day on the next load we went on and he's all like, let's get this, man. Let me in that seat. Completely different person. And guess what? That next trip we made it all the way to Duplo, Illinois, which I know is not a hard drive, but man, that first drive, like breathing hard, like I'm all like, whoa, this dude's having a panic attack or something, breathing hard like he's having a baby or something. I had him pull over. I said, dude, last time I heard somebody breathe like that, my wife was pushing out a baby, man. You scared me. Like,
I will definitely contest to that. Definitely be ready for it. I mean, especially in this time period, um, where you might not have the same PSD instructor as your TNT instructor. TNTs are getting a lot more selective and a lot more picky now. A lot of them are, and a lot of them have stopped TNT and training. Period. So definitely be moldable, be ready. And Daniel's giving out some spitting straight facts there because it's gonna be hard.
yeah, don't come out here with the attitude of I know how to back, or I can do this, because at the end of the day, like, it is harder than what you think it is. Real quick though, Gilbert J Hernandez says hello, wish me good luck, wish me luck. Got my CDL test tomorrow at 7:30 with the state examiners here in Orlando. So, good luck tomorrow, man. Get it done. Get it done over in Orlando. I heard over there in Florida, they have a great CDL school that teaches you, hey, there's the spot, put it in there. So I hear that, like, they don't play around over there. I'm hoping you're at that school, because I hear good things about it. And I got students that got a CDL from that school, and they knew how to handle business. Ed says that was the deciding factor was for me to wanted to get my first winter done with a trainer. Yeah, and that's exactly right. Like, you kind of want to get your first winter done with a trainer. If you don't have a trainer when you hit your first winter, then the rule of thumb is, if you don't feel safe, slow down. You got any advice from winter? You just chained up. How was that?
I feel like we went through that in the last stream. Winter man, I would definitely say having someone experienced if you went through TNT during the summer, going back for like 2 weeks with someone is not like a moment of shame or a loss at all. I would definitely recommend it to everybody because what you perceive as dangerous and uncomfortable as a new person driving, a rookie straight out of the gate, is not always nearly as bad as it looks. But then it's the stuff that doesn't look bad in which you should stop in that, you know, a lot of new drivers are just rolling straight through. So, you know, looks are deceiving, man. And I think getting with someone during the winter and having that training, that one-on-one with them, you can learn like what they're telling you, like, oh yeah, there's no snow on the road, but that's because look at the mirrors, they're completely iced up, which means all the moisture hitting the road right now is completely frozen. We need to go ahead and stop. But there's no snow anywhere. I don't see anything collecting anywhere. Well, yeah, these are the things that you got to look out for. There's like little signs like that. And I've seen a lot of rookies come out here and they're just driving straight through it. I'm pulled into a rest area and I just see them. Like, oh man, they must be built different or they're just ready to die, one or the other.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, if you don't feel safe, pull over. Slowpoke TNT says Thursday Night Live. I says Thursday Night Live. I'm so used to saying Thursday Night Live. Thursday Night Geeks, what's up? And then we got Jeff throwing in that flatbed game. Appreciate that. Jeff says Cedar City, Utah survived my first trip through the Veil. Oz says use the shower credits to poo in peace. Yeah, and that's what I do. I ain't even lying. That's what I do. Dude, like if I'll be like, oh man, like I'm burning a shower credit right here. I'm going in there. I take all my cleaning supplies in there. I clean the heck out of the place. I'm a germaphobe. Like I
won't lie. If it's early in the morning and them toilets are packed, yeah, I'm getting a shower. I'm guilty of it. I'll go get a shower. I'll deuce it up in there. But I'm also not the kind of guy that's afraid to just walk into a stall and grunt and moan and blow that thing up right in front of like 3 other people beside me.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to my private door one. Now, I don't know. Some of the Saps brothers, they have their own door. It's like your own shower room anyways. So
yeah, they're really nice.
There are some nice places to go do your business in peace.
Yeah. What's crazy is I was looking at this. America is the only country that has door stalls that have cracks and bottoms cut off of them. Everywhere else, they have full doors to your bathroom or your toilet. So I was like, that's wild. Full bricked in rooms.
That's what we need, man.
Yeah. I would definitely feel a lot more comfortable in one of them.
Yeah, like I'm getting tired of people being cheap. Put me some walls and some doors up, you know?
Yeah.
Now I sound like Trump. We're building a wall.
I don't want a piece of cardboard between me and the next guy.
What I don't like is these some of these mall and Paul truck stops that don't even have the divider between the urinals.
Oh man, those are always because you feel like you're like inserting yourself into the urinal to use it.
I don't go that far. I'm just like, I guess this guy's gonna see what he sees, you know.
I don't know, man. I'm a big boy.
Pegleg says in 1975, the trucks with spring rides, and you had to stop once each day to add a payphone to call and keep your dispatcher and no power steering. Ooh, he's talking about the rough days back when they used to have to wear the kidney belt so the truck wouldn't shake their kidneys to their throats. What you laughing at?
I'm just imagining like a power lifter belt. They're like
That's
lifting
pretty much what it was.
some odd pounds, trying not to have a prolapsed anus.
It was leather, man. You ever seen one for reals?
Not what you're saying. I've seen the weightlifting belt. I've never seen a kidney belt before. That's something new to me.
I can't hear Duckling. Can y'all hear Versatile? I can hear you. They can hear you. Yeah. Oh, I think he's talking about that time.
Yeah, I think he's making a reference, a little fucking joke.
Gilbert J. Hernandez. Read that one. Thanks all went to Roadmaster. That's the school. I hear good things about Roadmaster. I do. Going with Warner to get experience. I don't know much about Warner. I haven't ever looked into them, but
I know they
man,
have blue trucks.
Go get it done, dude. Like your first year is about getting that experience. It really doesn't matter where you really go. I guess depending on the company, sometimes that first company you choose might make or break you, really, if you think about it. So, but as long as you've done your research and checked them out, you should be fine. You know what to expect from the company.
I always say the same thing. It doesn't matter where you're going. You're doing the same job just for somebody else.
Should mountain passes like Cabbage Patch and Grapevine scare students? Yeah, it
Yeah.
should. It should, because you should have a reality of what could happen. Like you should know, hey, if I'm not doing this safe, then my life is in danger and my trainer's life is in danger and everybody around me. So like at first you should be scared of it, but after you get taught how to go down it, then you should feel better about going down it. Now you're always going to get that feeling going down a grade. I still do it now. Like if I see a grade coming up, I'm all like, oh man, we're going down this grade. And then once I get into it and start doing it, I'm fine. But at first I'm all like, oh man, a grade's coming, a big grade like that. I'm like, I'm gonna be safe, but I know it's coming. What you think on those grades?
Man, I was taught that if it has a name, you should be scared. If there's a name, you should definitely be scared. And Cabbage Patch has its name for a very good reason, because when trucks go off of that thing, they look like cabbages after they get rolled up in a little ball.
Oh wow, I never heard that before.
Yeah,
I believe it.
that's why it's called Cabbage Patch. At least that's what I was told.
Why is it called Grapevine then?
I'm sure it's because you're about to look like a bottle of wine after you get smooshed.
Vel? How about Vel?
Vel, you about to release the Vel on the other side of death. I mean, I'm just coming up with these on the top of my head, so I don't know.
How about Donners?
Donner is the one guy who flew over the side and survived.
I thought you were going to talk about eating people for somebody. If you go over the side, you might have to eat your co-driver. It'd take a while for somebody to find you. Brian Terry says, I've done that, especially in the morning. Oh, talking about the restroom.
The restroom. See, I'm telling you, I do it in the mornings. I'll definitely do it in the mornings.
I don't know, man. I try to hold it as long as I can. I might be like 4 weeks into it, like, oh, I'm gonna explode. I gotta get home on home time.
Man, don't lie. You can't hold it that dang long.
No.
No, Daniel's the kind of guy that keeps kitty litter in a bucket in the truck at all times.
You leave my kitty litter alone. That's also for whenever you get stuck in on some ice. Twister, you talk about Vail Pass. Which pass in Colorado are you talking about? What pass are you talking about?
I don't even know. Twisted, you talked about Vail Pass. Which pass in Colorado are you talking about?
The whole freaking thing.
Yeah, I thought the entire section was Vail Pass. Is it like different? Maybe Pegleg's about to teach us something, because I thought the entire thing was Vail Pass.
He's from Vail Pass is actually like a. Isn't there a town up there, and that's why everyone calls it Vail Pass?
So is it
Vail
only
Pass is 10,662 feet mountain pass in the Rocky Mountains in central Colorado. The pass is named Charles Vail, a highway engineer and director of Colorado State Highway. department from 1930 to 1945.
So yeah, the entire thing is called Vels Pass, not a certain part of it.
Gardner makes me want to eat beef jerky, and I'll take the 84 around Salt Lake rather than go down
Parlays.
Harley's. I don't know, Slowpoke. Like you know all that Salt Lake City area. I don't go over there. Have you been to Salt Lake since you've been over the road?
Yeah, multiple times.
Have you been in the terminal?
Yes.
Is it all that?
No.
It's still not good?
It's really not, man. I mean, I get the appeal. It's nice, it's modern, but I went in there and the only thing they were serving was hamburgers. There's 2 cooks in there and all they were cooking was hamburgers. And I was like, I asked them, I was like, well, can I get like cheese sticks or something like that? And they were like, no, we're not cooking anything else tonight besides hamburgers. I was like, can I have a hamburger then with cheese on it? Can I get cheese? Yeah, I don't know, man. Salt Lake is definitely underwhelming. I wish they had built a bigger pad out there. That would have been cool, especially for
Is it
like.
still in the yard, like where the trailers are, like the end of the empty lot.
Yeah, they've only got 1 pad. They test people out on over there, man. They need a bigger pad.
How many pads do they have over there?
In total, I think they've got 5. But the way that they're all positioned, there's one that's positioned kind of like this, and then 1, 2, 3, and then one right here against a fence, and that's the one that they test on. By the trailer.
Fence?
Yeah, it's by the trailer where everybody waits at.
Oh, really? Wow. You haven't picked up a student from over there?
Oh God, no.
That bad?
I don't mess with the West Coast guys, man. I don't mess with them. I trained. I know you know that I was in Salt Lake. I was a pad trainer over there for 8 months. The West Coast guys are just different. I need to hang out with my Southern boys, man. I don't want to mess with the West Coast guys.
So how was it really over there?
Back then it was bad. It's a lot better now than it was back then, if that's what you're asking. Because back then your showers were like toilet stalls.
No, I'm talking about the training out there on the pad out there.
Oh, it's rough because everybody who comes in wants to use the pad. So reservations are worse in Salt Lake than they are in Springfield. You can get a pad in Springfield. You're not getting a pad in Salt Lake. You got to wait. That's where I started working at nights, is because of Salt Lake, and then I just got in the habit of working at nights.
Is there a lot of students over there waiting for trainers?
When I was over there in January, I was getting the the after treatment thing fixed on my daggum truck, the purple one. And I was up there in Salt Lake when it went out again, and I saw a pretty good group of students. It looked like it was about somewhere between 16 to 26. So they're hiring.
Yeah. How about their? I don't know, man. There's at least they put a trailer down there, from what I heard. I don't know. Where do their students stay? Is there like a hotel over there they're staying in? Best Western? What do they stay in?
I don't know the hotel they stay in. I guess I've never really gone that depth. I know that the shuttle ride is about 30 minutes. So it's a good distance. Well, I mean, you got to include traffic too, and Salt Lake is a pretty busy area. So
I don't know. I still ain't trying to go over there.
might be a good vacation, a little stress reliever, or make you appreciate Springfield a little bit more. I know that's for sure. It makes me appreciate Springfield a lot.
So whenever you got back to Springfield, you were all like, "Hey, man, I ain't going back over there."
Oh, thank you.
I get people all the time, like Slowpoke right here. Slowpoke is like, man, Salt Lake City's the best terminal out there. Like, that's the best training program, whatever. And I'm all like, what? I trained in Pittston and I trained in Springfield, and I went over there and seen that one, and I was like,
I've
I
had
have not been over
the
there since they built the last building.
I've had the unique opportunity to train at all three of them. I trained in Princeton, I've trained in Springfield, and I've trained in Salt Lake. I have not trained in Salt Lake since they built the new building, and I have not trained in Princeton since they built their new pad. So it's been a while since I've trained at either one of those places. But if you want to appreciate Springfield, go to one of those places. They're not. I don't know, man. I guess like us Springfield boys were just spoiled, you know.
Pittston or Springfield, I say, is great. Like freaking awesome locations. Like I'm straight up. Those are the two I know the best, and
Yeah.
both of them are pretty much the same training. Like that over there is on their own whole another level.
Mhm.
Pegleg says that there's two major passes on I-70 in Colorado. They'll pass after Loveland Pass, and Loveland Pass is the one that leads into the Eisenhower Tunnel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The So we're just on the one on the 70, but the Eisenhower Tunnel is that's on the set. That's more into Denver though. I thought, isn't it? Isn't it all the way down the bottom of the pass, and then you go through the tunnel?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head how this route works. 70's been,
Eisenhower's that long, long, long tunnel.
yeah,
Real long tunnel.
and it's got the curve and yeah. I don't know. I guess I've always thought that was all one thing. So I guess he's saying that it's split between Loveland Pass and Loveland. Well, hang on. Pass on I-70 Colorado Bell passes after Loveland Pass, and Loveland Pass is the one that leads into Eisenhower Tower. I guess like I've always thought it was the entire road. I don't know. I never knew that Loveland Pass was a thing at all. I'm a truck driver, Peg Leg. I'm not paid to be smart.
We follow the GPS around here.
Yeah, man. I do this. I go that way.
Philip, just starting out and doing flatbed. Any tips? Yeah, flatbed's kind of in the weather a lot, dealing with tarps and stuff, like, and a lot of work.
Yeah. I started out as a flatbedder. I would say that definitely get ready for a unique challenge. Did my PSD during that time. It is going to be unique for sure. Trying to get your tarps re-rolled in wind, snow, rain. It's at times miserable. But it comes with some unique benefits and perks that a lot of people can appreciate. I didn't appreciate them, but that's because I'm a fat guy, you know. So
I got nothing to really add tonight to this conversation. All I did was move an oversized load out of the downtown Boston this morning. Do not jump off the trailers. It's a killer on the knees. Oh yeah, don't jump off the trailer. You jumped off a trailer before?
I did not jump off a trailer before, but I did parkour my way up a whole stack of wood that we were hauling because I thought we were going to tarp it. So I thought he was going to hand me the tarps, but then I got all the way up there, and my trainer looked at me and was like, "We're not tarping this." Like, oh, okay. Like, I'm up here now. Take a picture of me. He still has that picture, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so you climbed up there expecting to tarp it, and he's like, "Nope."
Yeah, I was expecting to tarp the wood. I was ready to go, but I guess we weren't tarping that load. I looked like a fool.
Who was your trainer?
He doesn't work at Prime anymore, but his name was Julio.
Oh. You talking about the guy that with the YouTube?
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. I'm actually on there. I'm one of his trifecta videos.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to him? Why'd he quit?
I think he found something local in Nebraska that he's doing now. He's still doing flatbed, but he's home more often now. He's got a family and everything, so.
Yeah. I watched his videos. I know who you're talking about. As soon as you said he doesn't work here no more and his name, I was all like, yeah, that guy used to have a YouTube channel. I don't know what's the future hold for you. Like, what's your plans on moving forward in this lease? Are you gonna do the lease purchase?
Oh Lord. So I got a 3-year lease right now, and we're already heading into half of the year now. I'm gonna put some money together. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna do lease purchase with Prime Incorporated. I might take the same amount of money that they require and order some trucks from a Freightliner dealership and put the down payment on those. I don't know, man.
How many?
If I do it that way, and me and a friend have been talking here recently in the last 2 days about this. Nothing really in concrete, just throwing ideas at each other. Maybe 2 or 3. One for me to drive, and then if he wants to do this with me, then one for him to drive, and then we'll put somebody that I've trained in the third one. Because at least I know they'll get the job done right.
That you trained?
Yeah, that I trained.
If they matched up to you on the computer, they're gonna be about partying and having a good time. And
it's not always the case.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah, she get ready to go to bed.
Dude, her hair's getting so long.
Yeah, I know, right? It got big.
Duckland's audio isn't working. Look at Nick. They ain't ever gonna let you go on that freak out you had on your channel whenever we were messing with you.
Probably because they went and checked out my channel and saw me. I haven't deleted any of those videos, but I guess there's no real point to.
Oh, you haven't deleted them?
There's only one video that sits on private right now, and I think me and you both know why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's been a while, though.
Yeah, my channel was more like the free reign, let anything let anything happen type channel.
So, in the trucks that you order, you rather go to Freightliner and get them there. Why not through the Prime lease program we have here?
Ace Lease at Prime Incorporated is good for people in certain circumstances. If I were to try to buy trucks 5 years ago, well, getting closer to 6 years ago when I first started here, I would have definitely done it at Success Leasing. But I've got my credit really good now. And I understand a lot more about the business now because I took the steps that I took, in particular. I don't feel like Success Leasing would benefit me in any way at all. I think Success Leasing is really good for people who are coming in that are completely new, that want to start a business, that don't have credit or haven't had an LLC or a business entity of any type at all. But since I've had one since 2018, I feel like I should be good to just get my trucks from an outside source and bring them on to Prime under their authority. I will not operate under my own authority. I will still operate under Prime's authority, but if I do it this way, then I do want to pay less every month. It's $3,000 a month per truck versus the $1,100 a week, which equals out to about $4,000 to $5,000 some months. I don't know. I think Success Leasing is definitely catered around, people who want to do this but don't have the financial resources that I do now have.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So they would have to fit into prime specs. Have you looked at all the stuff for prime specs?
Yeah, I have. I went to Success Leasing here recently, and I actually got a copy out of that paper of what the trucks that I do will be bringing over will be required to have. I actually found out as well because the one thing I was worried about is if I got a couple of 22s, just like a year old right now. And if I went the used route and I found a good 22 that only had like 200,000 miles on it, those trucks will actually be able to stay on with Prime. They will not be removed from Prime like they removed their trucks. So I could have that truck all the way until 2028 and it still be operating under Prime.
Really, I didn't know that. So why are you against getting your own authority if you're buying trucks like that?
All right, so the authority thing. Um, I've done a lot of looking into it. Why try to build something that Rob Lowe's already built? Why not just use what he's already got? Why not use the template that he is providing anybody who comes in? I would rather use a template he has than to try to build my own template. And Prime has really good freight. I've got family members who drive semis. I've got a lot of friends who drive semis out of Prime and in Prime. And comparing, the differences between our freight, Prime is doing pretty well. So I think I'll just stick under Prime's authority and run Prime trailers and just keep it like that. And along with the DOT numbers and all the other small things that you have to keep up with on trucks. Yeah, I'm just gonna let Prime handle all that.
So less of a headache at the end of the day for you.
Yeah, that's a very simple way of putting that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I know one of my students. He got his own authority, and after so long, the insurance goes down and stuff like that. So he's running at Prime, and he's running Prime Freight, but he has his own authority. So like they can't take away his PC. He's his own boss, so if he has to be drug tested, he's gonna drug test himself. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But it does have some perks. I don't know enough to if I would want to pay for my own authority, but
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do. You have to deal with the FMCSA directly when you're on your own authority. And I don't know, I'd just rather have Prime and their team of lawyers do all that for me. I don't really care to go that deep into it. I'm not trying to start I'm trying to start a fleet. I'm not trying to start a like Prime or Swift style fleet though, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to get on that giant level. I'm just trying to get comfort, being home more often, getting off the road, seeing my kids grow up. Um, I'm not really greedy about it, man. I just don't really see a lot of need. As long as I'm making $150,000 a year after taxes, I'm fine. I don't really care about anything else.
yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize is the stress that comes with the trucking. Like you have two young children, right? And being over the road, that has to be difficult. Like I was over the road and my kids were younger, and whenever I would come home, it was like my boy, he didn't know who I was.
Oh
And
man.
it kind of hurt me. Like I was all like, man. And then like but right before I'm hitting the road, he like starts to come around, spend some time with me, and like I'm all like, well, it's time for me to go now. And like he doesn't understand that I'm leaving for a while. And then you leave for a while and you come back home and he don't know you again. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it was hard. And like I think more people need to look at that. Like this is hard, and like having young kids, really hard.
It takes a significant amount of resolve. I think you have to rationalize it in your own mind. Is what I'm doing worth it? And is what I'm doing going anywhere to get me out of what I'm in? You know?
Also, you gotta realize at the end of the day, like for them to survive and eat, have a roof over their head, and all that, you have to make sacrifices, and trucking is a major, huge sacrifice. Some of the younger guys that come out here that don't have any like spouse or anything like that, they're finding that it's hard to find anyone to date or see or anything like that. Like your dating life is almost impossible. I mean, technology's helped out a lot over the years, but still really hard on you. I saw you talking to somebody else, so I was like,
Yeah, I was talking to the wifey over here. Yeah, it's definitely, like, man, I'm not gonna be one to lie to anybody. It's hard, man. Sometimes I want to video chat my kids. Sometimes I don't, because I just know that it's like that feeling of being so close yet so far away at the same time, and that hurts even more.
yeah,
So sometimes just forgetting about my family makes it easier. And that's hard to say out loud, but just pretending that they don't exist makes it easier for me sometimes to do what I know I have to do to make sure that they can eat, they can sleep in comfort. Um, bills are getting paid, schools can get paid for, extracurriculars can get paid for, and all this other stuff, man. If I could choose, man, I would choose to be a Native American in, the olden days, just running around following the herd.
yeah, you
Simple
caught
life.
me off guard with that. I
Just
was gonna.
living a simple life.
Do you guys know any driving companies that hire with speeding tickets? Really, it depends on your speeding ticket, bro. Like, what is the speeding ticket? Like, how fast are we talking?
We're talking
Like,
about
are
like
you doing
super speeding.
110 and a 30, or what are we talking about?
It really depends on the level of speeding ticket that you have. It also depends on how you handle the speeding ticket. I know Prime kind of looks at your character in some sort of way. Like, did he pay it on time? Did he let it lapse? Did he miss court? Did he do all this other shenanigans? Prime looks at those kind of things and will
How
deny
long
you
ago?
access.
How long
How,
ago?
how
Also,
long ago? Was another one.
here you go. You started this Indian talk. Jason Meyer says, "Is trucking banned on Indian reservations?" I think that there's some roads that go through them because I've heard of truckers going through them in different areas, but I don't know about that. You would have to look at every Indian reservation and find out.
I don't know what an Indian reservation is. I know what a native reservation is.
Native reservation.
Indians live, next to China.
The Legend 27. How do truckers handle driving I-40 in Arkansas and Oklahoma? That's for you, Duckling.
How do truck drivers handle driving on I-40, Arkansas and Oklahoma? Uh, with a really nice pillow under your ass, and yeah, that's it. Ride the bumps. That's about it.
Kidney belts.
Kidney belts. Yeah, that
That's
new
what
thing
we
I
learned
just.
tonight. Kidney belts.
Yeah, that new thing I
100.
learned about tonight.
Western Express. Native American life is good life.
Thank you. Right?
There you go.
You go kill yourself a buffalo. You come home. You skin that thing. Everybody's partying. There ain't no bills to pay.
Yeah.
You
Look,
know.
he's agreeing with you. Indians live in India.
Thank you. Thank you.
See,
Yeah, native life is the life, man.
you brought DJ D Stacks in here to help you out, huh? From the Twitch stream. Like, I never get no one in here from the Twitch stream. Robert says, I'm 62, is diabetic, keeping me from prime training.
No, dude.
As long as you can get it under control I forgot the exact numbers. Who would know?
Well, I would say in general, no. But it does determine on like what type of diabetic you are.
Yeah, it depends on that and like how controlled is it? Are you on medication? Like stuff like that. What kind of medication you're on? It's there's a lot that goes into that. Your best bet is to get with a recruiter and ask a recruiter. In 22 and paid on time, is Prime open for Florida yet? No, Prime's not opening for Florida. Wilson is. Wilson carries the same freight as Prime, and it's pretty much the same kind of stuff. 51 Logistics is a YouTube channel that you might want to check into. 51 Logistics. It's a Wilson. He's a Wilson driver, and he would be the best person to ask if you're out of Florida. So, Versatile, you heard of any hiring freezes or anything?
No, I haven't, but I've been on the road, so hiring freezes don't bother me anymore.
No, they don't. So, like, right now, like, I know, like, a lot of people been hitting me up with this hiring freeze stuff, and we're not under a hiring freeze. So, the thing is, if you have a CDL and you're trying to come into Prime as an A-seat driver, they're only hiring pretty much one A-seat a week, and they are pushed out all the way to April. About April. So if you're coming in with a CDL with experience and you want to jump right into a truck, they are very limited on that. So we're PSD students, we have no freeze whatsoever. We are 100% go on that. Everything changes weekly. If you're a AC, like you have a CDL and you're trying to come in, they're taking your applications with no experience. They're going to take y'all's applications and they're trying to push through as many as they can like that. But for the most part, if you don't have a CDL and you have a permit and you're coming here, you're going to be better off because we are hiring for sure on that. So I know I get a lot of questions about, hey, I heard hiring freeze was at Prime. And I've been having to message people back and say, hey, do you have a CDL already? You know, and I've been having to explain a lot. So I figured I would let everybody know tonight in this live.
So how long is the AC freeze going on for?
Who knows? Who knows?
Do you know why it's happening? Like, PhDs are more valuable than people with CDLs? Like, what's going on? I'm just going to go ahead and ask you all the questions that are about to be shot off in the comments.
Yeah. So the reason that I could gather is right now freight's kind of slow. So they're not wanting to hire a bunch of CDL drivers and put them in trucks and just right off the bat. And also, you take somebody that's trying to get the opportunity to feed their family. You know, they're trying to come here with a permit and feed their family, and they need an opportunity. Like we give
People
them
with
that.
CDLs aren't trying to get that opportunity? Turn my light back
No,
on.
time out, time out. Somebody with a CDL, somebody with a CDL already, they can take that CDL anywhere they want, any company they want. But when you got a guy that doesn't have a CDL, his options are limited. He has to find either a CDL school, he has a permit, CDL school, or something like that to go to get the CDL. Then his options are opened up.
Hang on, let me get some light in here. My main light just died on me.
DJ D Stack says, "You know, I will be everywhere." I will think so. Insulin dependent diabetics can also get a waiver to be able to drive, says Peg Leg. I didn't know that. A new road, top of my horrible road list, US 491 in New Mexico. Wow, I haven't, I don't know if I've been on that one. Jeff says the enemy tribe here gets wild hair and decides to come steal your horse, kill all warriors, and confiscate your breeding age women. Ugh. It took you a while to type that up, too. I hope you're proud of yourself. You just wasted like 1 minute of your life typing that out. What's going on, Rod Hampton? YouTuber from Prime put out a video today starting they're not hiring right now. Who was the YouTuber? Who was the YouTuber? Like, send me the video. I would like to see that. Because like my information comes straight from a recruiter because I just asked it like today. Like no, it was yesterday.
I'll say this: don't trust any YouTuber. Call recruiting.
That's true too. Like if you have seen it on YouTube, it might not be the best information. You know, a lot of times that whenever you're out here training, the worst thing you can do is be looking up videos on how to back on YouTube instead of listening to your instructor. Like your instructor is the one that's going to help you get your CDL. You should not learn how to back a truck from, Prime Driver Daniel, because that's who like a lot of people watch. That dude's failed more students than he's like I can count because they were all like, I'm going to try out Prime Driver Daniel's YouTube backing for the alley dock, even though we never practiced it once. My alley dock goes right in there every time. But you want to watch Prime Driver Daniel? That dude's going to fail you. Just saying. I don't know what happened to that dude. He has like 4 videos from a long time ago and nothing. Tim Travels put out a video. Hiring freeze at Prime Inc. He did put a video out. I'm about to watch that after this because as far as I know, that's not true. How old are the videos they're watching? Yeah, that's true too. No, the Tim's travel video was 5 minutes ago. So I'm going to watch it. It's probably about the A seats. What's happening backwoods? Versatile Duckling, if you don't trust YouTubers, can you listen to yourself?
Well, you've always got to think that me and Daniel are speaking from the perspective of ourselves. So we might be saying something that, we got this information from somewhere, but we have not translated it correctly or perfectly in any means necessary. Or we might have only been given a piece of certain information. So no matter what a YouTuber does, me, Daniel, or, any of these other YouTubers try to do, we're not someone you should completely rely on in any means necessary. You should rely on the source. I mean, do you go to a library and talk to the librarian about Harry Potter and you learn all about Harry Potter from the librarian? Or do you go and pick up the book and read the book yourself? You should go directly to the source.
Driver lineup said that's what he was told also. Dude, I haven't even seen Driver lineup make a video since his truck came in. Oh, look, he actually does have 2 videos. Well, the thing is, like, whenever I find out something, I'm calling a recruiter to find out what's really going on, and like my information straight from a recruiter. Like, I'm not. Kenny Robertson says, if you get a ticket in 2013 and it's paid in 2020, would that stop Prime from letting me come to their training? Never had any other speeding tickets. Your best bet is to ask a recruiter. Like, You know, some things that I'm all like, yeah, they're not gonna like they'll overlook that. Like I'll be like, they're not gonna really trip about that kind of ticket. I've seen like the littlest tickets become a big issue. So best to get with a recruiter and ask them if you have any questions on will or will not Prime hire you. Make sure you ask a recruiter. Tim Travel says Prime isn't hiring on his channel. I guess we'll find out tomorrow morning in the safety meeting.
Yeah, I guess Tim Travels is on to something that none of us know about.
I don't really watch Tim Travels.
I don't even know who Tim Travels is. Is his name Tim?
Yeah. Like I watch him, but like I can't watch all of his videos. I don't know why. I'll start watching it and it'll get into the history of stuff and I'm all like, yeah, I don't know about this. I'm not a big history kind of guy.
The only Prime YouTuber I watch is this weird little channel, Twisted D. He spells twisted wrong. It doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, that's the only channel I watch.
Dude, the guy can barely read. What are you talking about? You expect him to be able to spell?
Yeah, I don't know, man, but that's the only channel I watch. You know, mainly because I think the guy's my friend, so I watch his channel just to show support. But in reality, when I'm trying to seek out information, I talk to dispatchers, man. I talk to my dispatcher. I talk to other dispatchers. Because talk to Chris Martin or any of these people who have actual information. Those are the people that you should probably try to talk to.
Yeah, but it's man, and they're always changing stuff week to week whenever it comes to hiring.
Yeah.
They are like one week they're hiring from Florida again, the next week they're all like, nope, we ain't hiring from Florida again. I think the only one state that's been consistent has been Washington. It's like they're not hiring from Washington.
Well, another thing for people to understand, when we do when Prime stops hiring from certain states, it's because we don't have enough freight to get the people that we have there home on time and get them out when they want to get out. It's not because we're not hiring people just because they don't want to hire people. It's because the freight dictates what states we hire from.
Well, Washington, we're not hiring from Washington because they got a lot of loopholes to jump through to get somebody a CDL over there. They got their own stipulations on the CDL, so
Yeah.
because we used to hire people from Washington, but
I was speaking mainly on Florida and Georgia because those two are shut down all the time.
Let's see, we got 25 people in here and we got 13 likes. Let's hear Peg Leg tell you guys how to use his leg to ring the bell.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
You better subscribe.
Actually, Pegleg, if you're still in here, in Discord, I need you to send me a picture on a blank background, whether it's your carpet or your couch, just something like completely one color. I need a picture of your leg. That's it.
That's the new leg, right?
The new leg, yeah. Whatever logos you have on it and everything like that, because here recently I've gotten into animation and I'm learning how to animate things, and I actually want to add on to Daniel's little transition there where your leg is actually smashing a like and subscribe button. So I need a picture of it to trace.
All right, Sketch. Be safe tomorrow, man. Sketch is out of here. He's gonna have to get up early, go to the driver lineup, get a load out of here. First solo load. So.
Hey, you know what, Etch? I got a load on my truck right now. You can have, dude. It's going over to Pepsi in the morning at 6 a.m.
He wants to go further than Pepsi, though. said Pegleg says he's still here and he'll do what he can. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't come during this hiring freeze and stuff like that. I don't know. I came and I put in my application, didn't have to worry about nothing, and just I didn't do much research either. If I would have done some more research, I don't know if I would have made the same decision.
You know what? Looking back on it, what it was, because you started a year before I did. So looking back on it, how me and you were trained, getting our permits here, doing all of our training here, learning our pre-trip before we got our trainers and all that stuff. I think I am glad that I came to Prime Incorporated at the time I came to Prime Incorporated because of all those things. I don't think I would have made it with the way that it's all done now. I don't think I would have at all.
Yeah. I also believe like so I get a lot of people that are like, man, I'm going to be applying for Prime in a couple months. Like when you're pushing it back and pushing it back, what if you end up pushing it back to like a time where there is a hiring freeze? Like, then you're kind of like screwed. Like, hey, I'm finally ready to come. Guess what? We're in a hiring freeze. Sorry about you. Like
Me personally, I would take that as divine signs. Like, oh, is there a hiring freeze now? Maybe this is not what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. There you go, man. Your boy DJ D Stacks over here. Versatile Duckling is talking facts. Is that your account on Twitch? Let me find out.
No, I'm Versatile Duckling.
On yourself. You're all, I got this. Somebody's gonna agree with me. The Twitch guy loves me.
I'm Versatile Duckling on all platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Google, everything.
Dude, you're a superhero, man. You want to say something special from the guy from Twitch?
Oh, I appreciate the support, man. I take a lot of pride in telling the truth, not my truth, not anyone else's truth, and that's it. I appreciate it. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Versatile Duckling. Wrong screen. Every time you say Prime Incorporated, it reminds me of the Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Incorporation.
Prime Incorporated? Am I saying it wrong? Prime Incorporated?
I don't know.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for them darn kids. The child in me wants to make jokes about loads, LOL. I mean, hey Nick, I got a load for you if you ever want it. Prime is hiring out of Houston. I start 4/5/23. Be at campus ready to get this started. Looked at a lot of mega carriers, and I think Prime is the best choice. See you soon. 4/5/23. I'm gonna be busy. I'm sorry. Maybe you'll get Daniel.
That's next month, or that's next week. No, wait, that might be the week after.
Yeah, I'm getting somebody tomorrow, so I definitely will not be in town.
4/5's on a Sunday, so he has to be starting class on the 6th.
Yeah.
I've been testing out 2 people a week. You're not saying it wrong, just makes me laugh. So you're not saying it wrong. Yeah, there's plenty of, like, this class that came in this week looked pretty big. Like, that campus is looking packed over there, I'm telling you. Everybody has roommates again. Oh, man, you should have seen these guys whenever they went back to roommates. All I've been hearing is people complain about having a roommate. I'm all like, you should have came in during COVID.
They were like, man, I walked back into my room and there was a whole nother dude there. Yeah, that's how it works, man. There's 2 beds in there for a reason.
Just wear Pearl Snap shirts. Got the Pearl Snaps. Do you think that the pandemic is the reason why freight became so slow? I don't. I think it has a lot to do with like government and like a whole bunch of stuff. Like it's about like the restrictions put on different stuff like that. I don't think it had nothing to do with COVID. What do you think, Versatile?
I think it did.
You
In
did?
my Yeah, I truly do think it did. If you look at trucking throughout any sort of recession, we don't get hit with it immediately. We spent 2019, 2020, 2021 thriving. I mean, you remember what those days were like on the pad. We had 4 students at a time, testing them out over and over and over again. We were delivering. We had to hire so many people to keep up with the freight. And now that everything is stabilizing in civilian world, we start to struggle. Trucking always struggles after things go back to some resemblance of normal. And so we start to struggle after. And it'll take us until about next year or the year after that before we start to see an increase in things. Normally, that'll happen around election time. So hopefully later this November, early next year, we'll see a huge increase in the economy because the current president is going to try to justify the reason they should stay in office. And that's the way that any president has ever done it before is they bring the economy down as hard as they possibly can. And I'm just going to say that this is a Democrat thing, but that's just coming from a conservative. They bring the economy down as much as they possibly can. They raise fuel prices, diesel prices, groceries, and everything else. And then towards the end of their first term, all those things seem to go back to where they used to be, and they make you feel like, oh, you're getting a great deal. You should keep me as president. It's now working out. And it's, that's just my view. I'm not going to get into a whole tangent, but
Yeah, I was all like, "Oh shoot, we're going all political, 100%."
but I think we are looking. We got hit hard the Christmas, and then so far this year we've been hit hard. So I think we
But
got
you
the
think
rest
it's
of
gonna
the.
be slow till November?
I think so. Yeah, as far as freight, yeah, I think so. I don't think it'll be the same.
I've been hearing a lot of people say pretty much the rest of the year is gonna suck for like a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2023 is going to suck in general, but I think November is when we'll start seeing a incline. It's not going to go straight up, but it's going to have like that jagged stonks meme type thing to it,
Yeah. Let's see. Is that Jessica? Jessie CA? Jessica? I'm going with Jessica. I'm thinking about starting with Prime. Wanted to drive for Snyder, but they are not hiring in New York City.
Rom's a great place to come. I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. I've been here for a long time and I plan to stay here for the future. So,
Yeah, I met a lot of people today. Like there was probably like at least 4 to 5 guys in the new class that came in, and they all came like they came to me one by one. Hey man, you inspired me to come here, and like I felt good about it. And each one of them, I told them, I said, look, man, I think that you made a great decision to come here. This one guy, he was all like, I'm 50 years old. I said, there's no way you're 50 years old, man. You look like you're freaking 30, dude. But like I was all like, dude, I felt the same way, man. I'm risking everything to come here. Everything. And I don't even know if this is gonna work out. And ended up being the best decision like of my life, pretty much. And it's like I do preach to you guys, like do y'all's research, but whenever you do choose Prime and I see you here, I'm like, man, you picked the right one. Just saying. Just saying. Kendall Jones says, I started my CDLs. Oh, my bad. Did you want to say something about New York City, bro?
oh no, I'm good. I have
Oh,
nothing
okay.
to add. You said it perfectly. You said it right.
Kendall Jones says, I started CDL school last January, but had issues staying focused when doing pre-trip. Many people on one truck. Would Prime be better or the same? Too many people on one truck. Oh, so there was too many people on one truck.
I will
Yeah.
say, I mean, if you don't, can I tackle this one? Is it okay? I will say that trucking is not a lone wolf industry. If you are a lone wolf, just you get to sit in a cab of a truck by yourself, but you have to work with your sales team, you have to work with your dispatch, you have to work with your logs team, your road assist team. You have to be a team player. And Prime encourages a team effort. So yes, you're going to be in a class with multiple other people, practicing your pre-trip with multiple other people. Now, once you get your trainer in PSD, they might have a couple of students of their own, or you might get someone like me who only has one student, and you might go over the road. And there's a trade-off there. There's a lot of benefits, a lot of pros and cons to each side, but trucking is really a team endeavor. One person can't run an entire company by themselves. So if it's a distraction for you to have all these people here, I don't know, man. I mean, I think that's every company. You go to Roadmaster. I know multiple people work on the same trucks because my mom got her CDL at Roadmaster. My dad got his CDL way back in the day, and he had to study with multiple people. So if it's just too many people that is a problem, that's going to be anywhere you go.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna say, like, you had issues staying focused. Right there, right there. One thing I will tell you is, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want this? If you want this really bad, you're not gonna have trouble staying focused because you're gonna be so focused. Like, my goal is to get this pre-trip done. My heart is into this. I want to do this. I'm gonna do as much as I can. Also, you know, at like schools and stuff like that, they have more than one truck out there. So, like, end of the day, we'll take Prime for example. Your trainer might work with you for, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours to 10 hours, whatever the case may be. And then at the end of the day, he's gonna go want to have his personal time to relax and reflect and think about, like, how the day went or whatever he does. So there's gonna be a truck out there. You can go to the training pad at any time at Prime. You can go out there. You can study pre-trip by yourself. There's lots of trucks out there, and shuttles run till what, 11 o'clock or midnight? I can't even remember what they run
11:30
to.
is when the last shuttle picks up.
11:30. So, like, you have plenty of opportunity to be studying by yourself, and you can take too many people talking and joking. A lot of serious distractions. Been about 3 fights so far. Man, you got people fighting out there?
Yeah, Prime is nothing like that.
You're
Prime
at
is,
the wrong company, I'll tell you that.
yeah, you're in the wrong program, my guy. Prime is nothing. If that is what's bothering you, if that's the actual truth, then yeah, people do cut up with each other here. You're coming in with people. You're all on the same page. You're all going through the same thing. It's kind of like being in the military in some sense. Without all, you're going through the same hardship. You're all being tested, so you build a bond because of that. But it's not. People are not getting in fights and stuff like that. That's not happening.
Yeah, like, you might want to look at coming to Prime and get out of that bad situation. Like, that does not sound good. You know, shoot, I thought maybe you and like 3 other people were studying pre-trip, and you're just like, I can't focus when it's this dude's turn. You're daydreaming. Like, focus, pay attention.
I
Like,
was I was thinking I was thinking a little bit more optimistically. I was thinking that Mr. Jones here was a people person. And when he's around a lot of people, he tries to be like super nice to them and talking to them and everything else, and he can't focus on what he needs to be focusing on because his extroversion is taking over. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a real good people person. I'm trying to hang out with everybody and be friendly." That's what I was thinking. I was about to say, you got to cut that off. You got to focus, like Daniel was saying. But if this is what's actually happening, you at the wrong place, my guy. You got to go somewhere else.
yeah, go somewhere else. Yeah. Like, do some more research on Prime. If you pick Prime, cool. If you do a research and pick CR England or Swift or whatever you pick, I'm pretty sure that people fighting 3 fights so far. Wow.
He's at Swift. I think he's at Swift. I heard like 9 fights broke out last week in Tennessee. Yeah.
Retired U.S. Army 2020. Most regular drivers at Prime will let you use their trucks to study. I know I will, and that's
Yeah.
100% true right there. Like those guys at the campus, like I'm not saying go open their hoods and start doing pre-trip, but like if you see one of those guys out there, be like, hey, can I use your truck to do pre-trip? More than likely they're going to say yes. Make sure you shut up the hood whenever you're done.
Mhm.
Some of them are going to be like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've done pre-trip. So like if you find anything wrong, let me know, because it's always great to have a second pair of eyes to look stuff over. Like I've had a student before. I went and checked stuff, and I had a student before was all like, hey, that's broken. And I'm all like, what? I just looked at it. And I go back and look at it better, and I'm all like, wow, that is broken.
Okay, so I don't want to have everything shut off on me at once, but my phone is about to die, and that's what I'm using to be on here with. I'm at 10%. It was awesome talking to you, Daniel. It was awesome talking to everybody in the chat and answering some questions, but my phone is about to go. So I'm going to go ahead and head out, man.
All right, later, brother. Be safe, man.
Later, dude.
I'll see you tomorrow at dinner, bro.
Yes, sir.
Slowpoke says, after graduation, you want to have a network of good people around you also. Yeah, yes, exactly right, Slowpoke. Like we have in the Discord. Like in the Discord, we have a great network of people that will help you out, stuff like that. And make sure you make a lot of friends out there whenever you're going through training, because sometimes those are going to be the people that help you the most when you're over the road. Oh, you posted a picture for them in the Discord. Good. Kenny Robertson says a lot. Also, there's a lot of YouTube videos that go over pre-trip. There's a lot of them. Make sure that you're using one for your state or the place that you're taking your test. Like you don't want to be using ones from the wrong state or the wrong company. I've had that happen before. I send all my students the pre-trip videos in my playlist, and I'm all like, look, that is 100% how you need to point at the parts, and like that's what you need to say. So if you're not pointing at the parts like that, or you're having problems finding the part, refer back to those videos and find the part. And a lot of times when people ask me, like my students ask me, hey, where's this at? I'll go to the video. I'm all like, it's right there. Like I gave you the tools to make you successful. Just use them. I want to know what trucking companies got fights going on. LOL. Oh, DJ wants to get in his swings, man. I see you, DJ. You ready to fight some people, man? I don't know what company. It's 5 through 10 heads per truck on pre-trip. Prime is close to Connecticut, and it's a private CDL school. Okay, it's a private school. Yeah. Some of those private schools, man, they're like puppy mills. They don't care what's going on. As long as you get your CDL and you're out of their hair. Like a lot of them are not even going to have a job after you finish the training, unfortunately. So you got to be careful with those places. Well, guys, I'm out of here for the night. Thanks for everybody that showed up and checked out the live tonight. I'm going to get off of here. I need to be up early in the morning tomorrow. Got to go to work. I'm going to be jumping on the Discord for anyone that's wanting to talk in the Discord. I'll be on there. Until next Thursday, or maybe you hit the Monday Night Lives. Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes and then type in